From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Well, we blew on through November and blew right into December. We did end up about 2 degrees. At least the temperatures were a little bit different in terms of looking at November and precipitation. Hasn't been quite the same for a while. We're talking about as well a little bit of snow. About 0.8 of an inch is normal. We had 0.3 of an inch, but we did have snow. That's kind of interesting. Also, the last 30 days, if you're in the southeast part of our viewing area, you're feeling a lot better than most of us that are from Tulsa back to the west or northwest, because we're still waiting on something. There hasn't been any runoff or anything. And so if you're southeast, at least it's been a little bit more of getting moisture into the subsurface areas, and that is very, very helpful because the extended forecast here as we go through December still doesn't look that great. And kind of the worst part is further west you go once again, then on up to the north, a little bit higher probability of rainfall east of Tulsa and then up in the Pacific Northwest. As far as temperatures, that's a big thing in December and January and February. Everybody doesn't want to freeze to death, but you would like to have maybe a white Christmas. Well, this year, hopefully we have a little bit better chance of that, but we do have a couple of big cold snaps that'll be coming in the middle and end of December. But in the meantime, it should be near normal. All right, we've had a bunch of Christmas parades tonight, and then for tomorrow, Tahlequah, Sand Springs. We'll be at Sand Springs. Temperatures of 50s near 60, breezy conditions. A lot of Christmas parades on Saturday. Cold in the morning, still looking at mid-30s. Pawhuska is going to be chilly in the evening, along with Claremore and Bartlesville. In fact, that picture in the background is out of Pawhuska. It is beautiful there. All right, we also have the football games going on, and of course, Owasso-Bixby, big game, but we have to go to Central Oklahoma to see it, even though they're here. That's just the way it is. Temperatures will be in the 50s, and winds will generally be strong, kind of gusty out of the south, and they could switch to the north toward the end of the game. So it'll be kind of interesting how that plays out, but no precipitation. Semifinals with Gore and Hominy, and also Fairview and Concord. We're looking for temperatures very similar. Wind's not a major player, and so again, that's kind of interesting, and that's going to be tomorrow night around Jinx and over at Hera. All right, so tonight, Oh Glory is still blowing in the breeze, and we're talking about 49 degrees, no wind gust at this moment, 37% humidity. The air is still very, very dry. But those south winds are going to keep that temperature, as I mentioned before, 40s to near 50. We're not going to see a whole lot of change overnight into the morning hours. Wind gusts continue to show up right now, around 28 mile per hour wind gusts in Bartlesville. And as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow, starting early in the morning, tomorrow morning through the daytime hours, we'd have some wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. We do have a wind advisory in effect. So right now we're in the 40s. Strong south winds, those will continue overnight, and by morning we're still in the 40s, maybe some patchy drizzle in southeastern Oklahoma. Then as we work our way through the daytime hours, knock the temperature down just a little bit because it's going to take a while to clear the skies, and if you're west, you have sunshine sooner. Temperature will be in the upper 60s, low 70s. Then here comes that front around 10 to midnight. That'll switch our winds around. Strong winds with that cold front. Oh my goodness, there should be some 30, maybe 35 or 40 mile an hour winds from Tulsa and to the west and northwest around 10 o'clock to midnight tomorrow night. Saturday will be in the 30s, and then as we go through the daytime hours on Saturday in the 40s, a north-northeast wind of about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Still looking at a chance of showers for late Saturday night, Sunday morning when most of us would be sleeping. It'll be cold, though, on Sunday morning in the 30s. And then during the day, temperatures will be generally in the 50s. Kind of cool, but not too awful bad. Highest probability of rain will be in southeastern Oklahoma. And overall, our chances of rain not that high, but they're hanging in there. And of course, the roller coaster ride continues. But we're going to be watching the storm systems because one of these storms is going to be interesting, probably closer to Christmas. Meantime, let's take a look, see what's going on. Windy tonight through the morning hours. And again, hang on for dear life tomorrow because we don't see a whole lot of change. 20 to 40 mile an hour winds gusting around the area. And that's kind of messing up that mild weather, but we'll take it because it's mild. And then as we look at the extended forecast, we've updated a few things. The chance of showers now extend from Monday night into Tuesday. And even though it's going to be cold on Wednesday, maybe not quite as cold, so it's kind of modifying there in the 50s, but we are headed obviously colder to colder to colder eventually. And just in the meantime, windy and windy and windy.
Well, we'll take mild, even if we have to take a little wind.
Amen.